not changing my volume. It's just changing how much I can hear myself.
Yeah, same. Like whenever I just talk with it. Yeah.
Oh. Not even like.
Wow, this is absolutely loud though.
Yeah, it's a little loud. Yeah, I thought it was changing my actual mic volume. Nope.
It's how you hear yourself, and it depends also how connected your headphones are too.
Yeah.
Make sure yours is big. Let me make your mic.
That should be good.
Imagine if YouTube says this is copyrighted. Bro, what do you mean, bro? I literally didn't download it from the same guy. I edited the same sound.
It's saying, it's not even the same guy.
It's not, and it makes no sense. But how's your wife, though?
Which one?
The third one.
Three baby mother. Real bad man.
Alright. Are you ready to dive in the world? The world.
The word? Is the word talking about?
The word of the day.
The word of the day.
John 3:16. Alrighty. Let's get this party started. Let's do it. Alright. Check 1 2 check. Check. Beep bop. Alright. We're live. Hello, brethren. Welcome back to another insightful, fruitful, delicious episode.
Scrumptious episode.
Scrumptious episode. Fried, crispy of the Brethren Club podcast. I'm joined today by none other than Brother Noah in the flesh.
We're back.
Bro, your tan lines are...
I know, my tan line's cooked right now. Got a farmer's tan.
Yeah, bro. I'm telling you, bro. Lotion tan.
I might do that.
You don't even have to sit and sound like a fish and bake.
Not bad from the arms down.
No, it's perfect. Like the line.
I mean, if it was this way, all the way around,
it's not bad.
Pretty decent.
It's pretty good.
Everywhere else, yeah, pasty.
Yeah. You'll get there, though. We'll pray for him. But anyways, today you've seen the title. I mean, I don't need to describe it at this point. This is about to be a...
You don't know what you're doing, brother.
This is about to be an interesting episode. Cheers to that. Oh, we're drinking the same thing. What are we drinking today?
San Pellegrino.
San Pellegrino. Shout out San
Orange,
Pellegrino.
yeah.
1932.
It's pretty good.
You know, sparkling usually tastes bad. This is good sparkling.
Yeah, it's not too crazy.
Because there's sugar in there.
Yeah, so, I mean, there's less bubbles.
Yeah. But I love it anyways. Regardless. Today we're talking about why you're bad with women. Yes, you specifically. Who are listening.
All of you.
All of you combined. Do not even amount close to my Riz level.
Or levels aren't even close.
Literally. Yeah, you're going to have to back it up with stats, though, too. I mean, you have the statistics.
With stats.
What stats he says. You know what stats I'm talking about, Jimmy. Show him the stats.
My phone starts
Jimmy, pull up the stats. But yeah, we're going to talk about that. And I know this is diverging a little bit from the regular Brethren Club content.
Yep, switching it up a little bit.
You know, I mean, nowhere in the Bible does it talk about dating. Oftentimes it talks about marriage. Talks a little the story of Isaac finding his wife, that was arranged marriage. I mean, he wasn't married yet, but still.
Was that kind of courtship?
That's courtship, I guess. Yeah. I mean,
pretty much.
Girl was taken from her to this man's house, and she lived there for the rest of her life. Courtship. That's how dating was back then, when the world was so good.
No dating, just you're married now.
You're married now. Deal with it. Funny enough, Saturday I was supposed to be at a wedding. I told you.
Yep.
I got sick.
Had to postpone the pod.
Yeah, I told the wedding guys to postpone the wedding as well. Hey, y'all get married next week when I'm up here. Thank you very much.
Yeah, I can't make it, so you guys
I
gotta
can't make it.
postpone the
But you
wedding.
guys have to pause everything. But it went great, and it's lovely that it happened this Saturday. And now we're talking about relationships. I mean, dating specifically, but
Yeah,
still
that's true.
dating, being fiancés, courtship. All of that is in the same bubble. And so today we're going to talk about, brethren, you suck in dating. I mean, not you
Well,
specifically.
On average.
All of you combined. But yeah, brother Noah, you're going to this is your playing field. This is what you're good at. You're our in-house dating expert.
I guess a little bit.
A little bit, he says.
I dabble.
I dibble dabble. Shut the frick up. You don't dabble, bro. You're
Don't
all
check my
in.
phone.
Bro's all in. He does not dabble. He's a liar. But anyways, obviously, before we start every episode, we have to
Let's
pray. Would you like leading us to
Yeah, I'll
prayer?
pray. Actually, I was gonna ask you if I could pray.
Oh,
Sweet.
go ahead. You have my permission.
Dear God, thank you for keeping, firstly, both of us safe, and pray that we have a good episode, have some good, insightful things to talk about, and hopefully our message is put across the right way, and people can absorb the information and learn from it, grow from it. We can grow, and just have a insightful journey, and show us the way. Amen.
Amen. Show us the way.
Do you know the way?
I'll let you I'll let you take the wheels. So, go ahead. This is all you.
Where to start? Where to start?
Where to start? Let's talk about your dating history.
That's not the place to start.
That's a great.
Well, I mean, first of all, let's start with before you even can date a girl, you have to have a normal human interaction, which I feel like is kind of hard for dudes to have these days.
Okay. Normal human interaction. Check.
Once I get on a roll, we're gonna start cooking. I just have to get a train of thought, and then I know I'm off the.
What's a normal human interaction?
So when I say that, I feel like a lot of guys, when they think of approaching this girl or seeing this girl, they have like a plan in their head,
Like what they're gonna say.
Yeah, like it needs to be what they say needs to be planned out, and they have to say certain things or this pickup line or have this certain type of tone and like certain words.
Hey there. Did you fall from heaven?
Especially the cringy Christian pickup lines.
What are some good? Have you seen it? I've never seen a good cringy Christian pickup line.
I feel like I haven't heard one in a while. Thankfully,
In a while, have you ever used one?
No, not a cringy one. I don't
You've
think
used
I've
a
ever
good
used
one?
a pickup line ever.
You've never used a pickup
I
line?
don't think. I'm trying to think.
Faith-based pickup line.
Does it have that? Let's pull it up right now.
That's mad funny.
Faith-based pickup lines. That's
Wow.
It's got to be cringy.
It's very cringy. What is pickup? What? I don't even know. Yeah, this is not it.
Even the website's terrible. We can't find it.
But you've never used pickup lines yourself.
No, I don't think so. If I had, no. I've never used like a one-liner or a pickup line ever.
Never.
People are like, what's your go-to? I'm like, what do you mean my go-to? I've been asked that. What's your go-to? I'm like, it's hard to explain because it's subconscious. I don't have a go-to.
Did God save you from a fiery furnace recently? Because you're hot.
Oh my gosh, that's terrible.
Yo, you're calling her Satan? Or hell?
Low key, that's crazy.
Hear this one. I'm no Joseph. Perhaps you can help me interpret the dreams I've been having about you.
That's gonna get you creep. That's gonna get you creep detector over 9,000 right there.
Hear this one. Hey girl, I didn't know angels flew this low.
Is that all?
Yeah, that's
was waiting for the punchline. But
Hold up. This one is even better. Is your name Faith? Because you're the substance of things I hope for. That one's good. That one's so good. I'm actually using it myself.
This is why you're cooked. Not you. This is why they're cooked.
Oh, this one is good. Last night I was reading the book of Numbers, and I realized I don't have yours.
Some of these I feel like low key might work only because it's so stupid and so cringy that it's funny.
It is funny.
If you get them to laugh, then yeah, that might work. But that's so cringy.
That's so good, bro. What the heck? That was so, bro. Anyways, you personally have never used pickup lines, and you don't recommend Christian guys to use pickup lines when they try to interact with regular
regular humans.
Humans.
Yeah, no, they don't need to use a pickup line.
Okay.
Pickup lines for people that can't have normal conversations.
Yeah.
Well, it's like you gotta have like either the way you are, or how you carry yourself, or things about you as a person, your experience as a personality. You can't use that, so you have to get carried by a pickup line, and then hope that it lands well. And then you're like, "Oh, can I have your Instagram or your Snap or your phone number?" Or like you slide it in there, and you're like, "Oh, you can," and they're like, "Oh, maybe they think it's funny, so they give it to you." But like,
you think that's a terrible strat?
Kinda. The pickup line's a very standard thing.
No.
It's usually like, if you ever watch those on YouTube, like those like randomly approaching girls and saying like this pickup line. The only one that works is, well, the only one I can think of that was actually like consecutively successful was something that Tate said, I think.
Something that Tate said.
That's the only one that low-key worked that I saw online, but who knows? I might be wrong.
I don't dabble into that space of YouTube universes, but I wouldn't know. Anyways,
it's a rabbit hole.
It's a rabbit hole.
It's not a good idea.
Very
don't do it.
Deep rabbit hole, if you know what I mean. Regardless.
What do you mean? I don't know about that.
Regardless. So, you're saying Christian men these days, a lot of them are, would you say, awkward when it comes to talking to people of the opposite gender?
Yeah. Even like man-to-man conversations.
Dang, even man-to-man.
Sometimes it depends. If they don't really know you and they're kind of awkward and you come across as intimidating, for some reason, we even had this kind of recently, didn't we? Do you want to talk about this?
You go ahead.
So we went to this. I'm gonna try to be vague. I don't want to call anyone out. Went to this
function
with other people our age. I won't use the term because I'm going to be kind of exposing it a little bit. But this hangout with a bunch of other people our age, and like some of the guys, when we pulled up, I told you this, that we stuck out like sore thumbs, but in a good way. Because
we're black and white.
But like we look on point, like we got everything kind of like on point. We're like trying to excel, and some people there gave us, at least I noticed, they gave us looks like confused why you're here. Like, why are you guys here? Like, doesn't make any sense. Like, they're very surprised. And we had some conversations with some of the guys that had some other groups and whatnot, and it was kind of interesting because I was trying to make the conversation not awkward, and because of either the way we carried ourselves or our presence, these people were, I'm not say certain people were getting like nervous for no reason, and like just trying to carry a conversation was very difficult. I don't know why. You
think that's just like a product of just like this generation and how we're so stuck on our phones and so like short stints of dopamine type of people, and we can't interact?
Maybe short attention span.
Yeah.
We can't like have it. We can't hold attention for a while.
Yeah. And maybe that's even translates to like someone talking to, like, let's say to a girl, for example, just even like making eye contact with her, or like having a conversation might be awkward for those kind of guys.
Oh, that's terrible. I've seen I've seen it from afar where the eye contact's terrible. Like, she's giving better eye contact than he is. That's when you know you're cooked. If you can't give eye contact to a chick and just giving more eye contact than you're done.
Staring at you and like, yeah, my day was good. How was your day?
But let's get into like the details of this.
Let's get into the details.
So, starting with interactions when you don't know them. I mean, I think most guys meet on like dating apps. Most guys probably meet girls on dating apps nowadays. Dating apps are way more popular than in person, I'd say.
It's true.
So already off the bat, like it's kind of easier. Like it's way easier to like text a girl, like something, because it's like behind a screen. There's no facial interaction you have to have.
Yeah.
You can like kind of prep your text and then check it, and then most guys, oh, let's edit it, let's change it. Oh, that sounds perfect.
Bro,
Before they even say any words,
Yeah.
if you do that in person, you have to be like quick on the spot.
You have to,
and
yeah.
like really fast thinking to be able to do that if you like messed up on something you said.
But imagine the world that we're living now, that meeting other people from the opposite side of the aisle, which is something so natural, even natural as to all the way back in Genesis 3, basically, or 2, whenever Adam and Eve were created, basically.
Yep.
How that has become difficult that now we have to reserve to like an easier way to meet people.
It's like social anxiety.
Dang.
Or just being able to communicate and like not get nervous because of so many reasons. Like you put her on a pedestal before you even have a conversation with her.
Yeah. Do you think dating apps are more of like a numbers game?
It definitely can be. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
I wouldn't say for everyone, but for quite a lot of people probably.
You use dating apps.
I have used dating apps, yeah.
How many of them at the same time?
At the same time, maybe 3. But I wasn't active. I just had them all on. They were all basically the same profile.
Okay.
Because I was just curious to see which ones work
So
better.
you did some investigation.
Yeah. I used it for to see how it went.
It's for science. Okay, so tell us how your little science project went.
I mean, my stats were a little bit abnormal. I don't think they're the
Abnormal?
yeah, they're definitely not the average stats you'd probably get. Like, I think
Okay.
I got like 30-ish likes in the first day of creating my profile.
30-ish first likes.
For a dude, that's fairly high.
Really?
Especially
What's the
first
average?
day, one day. Setting up your account one day. It's like a 1 day old account.
What's the average for guys? 30 is a lot.
I don't know what the average is for guys. I was low-key surprised. I
30 is
surprised
a
myself
lot.
a little bit. I don't know what average for chicks is way higher.
Oh, obviously.
Just on average for stats, but I don't know what it is. You probably could find it somewhere.
0.7 likes per week. 1 like every 2 weeks. And you were going 30 a day?
No, at 30 the first day.
30 the first day?
Yeah, like 20. It was high 20s, and I hit 30 the first day, and then
What
this
app
was
is
actually
this?
just recently when I re-downloaded it.
Which app was this?
This was Tinder.
30 in 1 day.
Yeah, and then I got like I don't know what random. I feel like it was like couple a day to like 7 a day after that.
Wow.
I think the highest I've gone on before I deleted it, and then like it's like I don't know. I don't have it for very long. I usually get it and then delete it.
According to this article, on average, most guys tend to get around 1 to 5 likes per day on
Right.
that same app.
So that's the average right there.
Okay. And you
Supposedly
were
from stats.
6 times above that.
I guess.
I
It
guess.
seemed high. I didn't know how high it was.
Okay.
But
And what else did you find in your little experiment?
depending on what dating apps you use, some are definitely only for hookups, not
Mhm.
Christian. Then there's some that are for dating, but they're not necessarily Christian oriented, but they're more dating, like Hinge, for example. Then you have like your actual Christian apps that are like, oh, you got Upward, you got
Shout out Upward.
Christian Mingle, but I think that's for older people. I think not older, but like late
Older
20s,
Gen
I think.
Zs.
I'm not positive.
Wait, Gen Ys.
And then who else is there? eHarmony, but that's like older, I think too.
That's like, wait, what?
eHarmony.
It's like Tinder?
No, it's like another Christian app.
I feel like that one you have to be a lot older.
You probably do. That just comes to mind because it's
Wow.
somewhat known.
eHarmony is 24 years old.
wow. But
It was founded in 2000. Wow. Anyways.
yeah, nonetheless,
So what was your experiences on these apps?
most of the girls there are like, you read the descriptions and they look at the pictures, you can get a gist. Well, I say that, but some people can't read people that well.
Yeah.
You get a gist from their profile that it's pretty much just like a chillax, casual, like meet up, hang out, like whatever
And
hookup
hookup.
site most of the time.
Dang.
Sometimes you find serious ones ish on there, but like
Those are rare.
they're rare, or they're like on an app where they think it's a dating app. Like I've had chicks tell me afterwards, they're like, "Oh yeah, Tinder's a dating app. What do you mean? It's not a hookup app." And I'm like, "What are you talking about?" And they completely thought that the whole time, because their profile doesn't match like a Tinder vibe. Like I mean, I don't know if you've ever looked into videos or been on it. Like you can tell like the vibe of profile pictures, what people are trying to give off. But
I've only seen that one time with you when you were doing your experiment.
Oh.
In the Christian space profiles, like
Oh,
the
that was
harmony, the
oh
upwards.
that yeah that was whoa that was terrible.
That was terrible.
I told you the options were going to be terrible. No offense, but at least on apps.
Dang,
I
no offense.
You know what I've realized?
There's no good option on this app.
The good ones are probably not on the app. They're probably not on any apps.
They're probably hidden.
They're probably not on social media, or they don't have dating apps, and maybe they're like
Gems.
kind of on social media, like a little bit,
Gems.
or they're very private accounts.
If you know them, please.
If you know them, let me know.
Let me. But anyways.
But yeah, it's fairly interesting. But yeah, like getting back to communication, it seems hard for men to just have a normal conversation with a girl. Just like, because before they even go into it, they overthink or they think too much in the head about what's going to happen in a scenario before they even have a conversation. So it's like you're putting on a pedestal mentally, even if you say you're not, you still subconsciously kind of do. If she's like got certain attributes, like she's objectively attractive, you subconsciously, for the most part, even dudes are like, "Oh, I don't put her on a pedestal." They're kind of putting her on a pedestal because they're getting nervous. Yeah. If she wasn't, you probably wouldn't be nervous. So you're subconsciously still getting nervous. And then you are trying to think of usually this perfect way to approach her, or like a original way to, because these other guys did this, and I'm going to do something that's original that stands out.
I'm going to stand out.
So it's like trying to stand out, but if it's fake kind of and not organic, then it's not really you. So women are really good at like sensing when something's off. Okay. Even if they can't visually see it, and let's say you're really good at hiding it, they can sense when a vibe's off. Like that's why like they're like, a lot of times the energy and how the interaction goes is way more important than what actually is said. It could be something, the same thing could be said, but if she feels more relaxed and comfortable, it could go way better. Yeah. If she's kind of like, this guy's a little bit awkward, conversation was a little bit weird, it was kind of tense. Doesn't matter if you said the best things, or even if you looked or are like really like a high successful male, it doesn't matter. If you're awkward, that all goes out the window. Yeah. I even say that from experience. Like one time I had an interaction I had to carry the conversation, and it was kind of weird. And it was just kind of like a bland kind of not much. Yeah. Because she didn't say much, so I had to like carry the conversation. Doesn't matter if you have all these other boxes ticked off. If the conversation's awkward, it doesn't matter. She's instantly like, he looks the part, but he's not the part. You know what I mean?
He's not my top G. Let me find my next top G. So you're saying, basically, if you don't know how to interact, to talk, I guess, or to come off as a certain type, then they wouldn't even give you the light of day.
Well, kind of. You need to actually... Most people are like, oh, you probably hear this from, like, moms have said this before, like, oh, be yourself, which is true. But not in the way that people just take it at face value. Yeah. Like, you got to be yourself and be who you are, because that's your own personality. And if you fake it, then even if it somehow works and you get her, then it's not really who you are. So
and she'll figure it out.
You just got her temporarily, and then she's like, "What? This is not really how this guy is." So it's not going to work anyway in the long run. It's just a waste of both your time if you somehow finessed it.
It. And would you say is that discriminative of whether that's just a Christian girl or a non-Christian girl? Is it just, do they all interact or receive it the same way from your experience on these platforms, or even in real life?
It seems real life. Yeah, I mean,
like are some of them more forgiving, or is one group more forgiving on like your awkwardness?
I want to say Christian girls are more, but Not really.
Mm.
Maybe a little bit, but like it seems kind of the same. Like it's like one of those things where it's like, yeah, they're Christian or they're not Christian, but they're still gonna want similar things.
Yeah.
In a man. I mean, they might have different morals.
Yeah.
But they're still gonna be like, yeah, they might say the PC thing, but what they really want is kind of similar stuff.
And what is that stuff?
I mean, most women probably won't disagree with me when I say these things, but like, ideally, they want a man of certain caliber, like certain things. Charming, funny, charismatic, tall, preferably.
Take notes, boys.
Strong.
Did you say tall?
Preferably.
Okay.
But I mean, to an extent, I think some girls that are like more realistic and less like, he needs to be 6'5", they just want taller than her.
Okay.
Usually. So, I mean, that's not that hard to be, because on average, most girls are short.
That's
or
true.
Shorter than men, on average. Strong, so like, not necessarily just like muscle strong, but like able to protect. That's why girls like fighters too, because they know it's proof that they can protect them if need be. So protector usually, and this is feminine women, like obviously women that are like, oh, 50-50, I do my own thing. They might not want this, but biologically, inherently, they usually do.
Yeah.
Even if they don't say it. It's a lot of times it's how women respond to something versus what they say. They might say something that's PC, but how they respond to it is a little bit different.
Okay.
But there's a long list. I mean, they usually have a long list, and then guys are like, well, I just want a couple things, which is not true. So there's a bunch of social media about that the guys are like, well, we only want a few things, and you want this whole list, which is just men coping because they're not good. But yeah, I mean, you need to be yourself, but have that masculine energy. You need to have fun stuff going on. You need to have a life that she wants to be a part of before you even go into it. I think that's a big thing that's not really talked about. Is if you don't have a fun, interesting, mysterious-ish life that's intriguing, that she wants to be a part of, go along the ride for, then, I mean, if you don't have much going on for you, you could look the part and be the part and maybe even communicate properly. But if you're boring and you have nothing going on, it's not that much interest for her to like, I want to be a part of this man's life.
Dive a little bit into that good word that you used, which was mysterious. What does that really mean in this sense? Let's say you're just a college dude,
Just some
sociology major. I don't even know what the heck at that point.
You're going to college and you're gonna be what's a common major? What would you say?
Psychology.
So common
Or business.
Guys 20 something going to college, doing the normal thing, 9 to 5, going to psychology.
9 to 5 job?
Yeah.
Most people don't work, I would say.
Oh. Okay. He's
you-
broke,
yeah.
unemployed.
He's broke, unemployed, and he owes the government a lot of money.
Owes the government a lot of money. Okay, let me try to fix this.
Let me try to fix it.
Let me help. Okay.
Lock in, boys. This is your advice.
Well, I mean, you have to create. By creating mystery. I mean, you're not just making it up, but some guys spill too much and are too like direct and say exactly what they do and like have no mystery at all. Then it's just boring. She's like, oh, I know everything about this guy. He doesn't do anything. He has no life.
He's on his phone right now.
He goes on TikTok, goes to college, and then just stupid stuff and like doesn't really do much.
Yeah.
And parties. Oh, cool. Like you're the same. Like what's different from you and someone else? You know what I mean?
Copy and paste.
Yeah, exactly. But creating mystery is interesting because there's a level of, some people say you kind of embellish what you do in a mysterious way, which I've done it before, but I think it's almost like you're basically just lying and being fake and kind of like pretending you're better than you are, really.
What's an example of that?
There's a Starbucks example of, let's say you work at Starbucks, and instead of telling the girl you work at Starbucks, you say, I work for this corporation that disperses refreshments all over the world. I'm undercover, and I do business for this conglomeration. And that sounds way more interesting. There was a little bit more to it, but that sounds way more interesting than, yeah, I'm a barista at Starbucks.
Yeah.
I serve coffee. Yeah, I'll get your donut if you want it, and I'll heat up your breakfast sandwich and put it in the microwave. Beep, beep, beep. 2 minutes. Sarah, Sarah, order for Sarah.
No, they even butcher your name something.
They-
Sarah?
Sarah.
Sarahi?
Sarah, cha.
Sriracha? Your ice
Sarah,
macchiato
your
is ready.
cha is here. Your cha,
Your
your chai. But yeah, I mean, you should be striving for like for more in general, because I
Yeah.
think ambition's pretty key. Like, you don't have to be right now like where you want to be and be like, oh well, I can't have, if I don't have all these things that she wants, I can't get a girlfriend until I have that.
Yeah.
Not necessarily. You just, ambition's pretty key.
So you think you can get a quote unquote girlfriend or get into a relationship before even having anything, I guess, to your name?
Yeah, well,
to add that
it's
sense
gonna
of
be
mystery.
because of mystery, or
like, because you're like, if we're talking about like, yeah, you can be mysterious about what you do, but if what you do is work out as a barista,
Right.
or go to college and just go to classes, right? There's not much mystery you can add to that.
right, there's not a whole lot.
You're saying you can still get the girl.
You still can, but it has to be carried by you as a person. So, like, I've seen it happen. I mean, you got, obviously, like, and this is for women that are somewhat hard to obtain, not like ones that will easily like get into a relationship, like somewhat higher caliber.
10s or like
let's do seven, 8, like 7, 8 plus.
7 up.
Yeah,
7 up.
7 up. Yeah, I mean, yeah, if you're if you're slightly above average attractive dude and you like are athletic, in good decent shape,
Yeah.
maybe play some sports, or you work out or something, and you have good talking and you're funny and you got good jokes. Yeah, you can.
You got good jokes.
You can. You don't need to do anything crazy, but like for that high caliber, like godly woman, or like that has a lot of standards, has a lot of things that she wants in a man for like the future, for like a provider, for like the man of God type. I mean, as long as you have ambition, that really carries. If you're trying things and you're trying to go after what you want, ambition's super key. I've seen dudes that they might be broke currently, but they have so much ambition. They're super busy. They're doing all these things all the time. They got connections. They got friends. They're really trying to make their ambition work. They have girlfriends. Their chicks are all behind them because they like that ambition and that drive, because they know they're going places, even though they're not currently there, which is pretty important.
Yeah.
Because if you have no purpose or no ambition, no drive, it's not that very interesting. It's like, okay, this guy just wants to go to McDonald's, then come home, eat chips, and play video games.
Bro called out 60% of the population. You're boring.
But yeah, I mean, it's not.
Let me play a good.
You're cooked.
All right.
But I mean, you really need to be yourself, but you need to have drive and purpose, which is also what you kind of get when you're following the Bible too.
Yeah.
I think that's kind of hard for people that have no faith in anything at all, especially like atheists. Like, no, nothing against them, but like if you think about it, you're like, okay, well, nothing matters. This is all. When I die, nothing happens.
Yeah.
So it's like, what's the
Nothing
point of
after
anything? So then, like, some guys go into nothing really matters. I kind of just like, we're just here,
Vibing.
just existing, doing nothing, kind of. But yeah, I mean, I think one of the things is you need to stop making such a big deal of just talking to the opposite sex. Like, it's just another person. I told you that I'm not going to say it quite like I told you, but it's like when she wakes up in the morning, it's just like everyone else. She has terrible hair, probably smells, has to take a shower. Like, it's just, she's another person.
Yeah.
Everyone has their own struggles. Everyone has stuff going on. By not putting her on a pedestal, that helps, like, I would say a good chunk in having just a normal conversation. Because so many times, especially when you see the guys see that girl they really want, they instantly put her mentally on a pedestal, and that does the worst for you.
Yeah.
Even if you have a lot, you're always thinking about that subconsciously while you're trying to talk and have a conversation. But like, also, what's your purpose in approaching this girl? Is it only because she is attractive? Does she have other values? Do you see anything else in it? What are your intentions? Are you just trying to get with her because you're like, oh, she's a little something, something, or you actually want a relationship?
A little something. Brother Noah.
Or is it both? You know, because like, let's be realistic. Let's say you're a Christian man, it being both is not something wrong with that. That's just natural. But acting upon that is different.
Yeah.
But I mean, like, if you gotta check your priorities, check your intentions, figure out that first, so you know yourself.
Yeah.
Knowing yourself helps a lot because people are like, I know myself. I'm like, you don't analyze anything. You don't really know yourself. You gotta be honest with yourself on how you're really thinking.
So, how does a Christian man in 2024, in your opinion, would you say? I don't want to say act away. I want to say more, how does he behave, or what are the things that he must do in order to get that? We're talking about that high quality Christian. How do Christian men become less cooked in your point of view?
I heard this on a I think it was some kind of YouTube short. Is make a list of what you want in a partner, and then be that list.
Oh, that's a sharp twist.
No, because I mean, you got to think about. It's not all about you, too. What does she want? What if you're not what she wants? You might be what she might be what you want, but what if you're not what she wants? Even if you can, have good dialogue and communicate and you look the part, but it's just not what she wants. Or she's like, oh yeah, this guy's this, but I don't like that he does this. He seems arrogant, whatever.
Yeah.
If you are what you want, then you'll get that in return. As simple as that. It's hard to go about it, but I mean, it's fairly simple.
Wow.
And you also have to be in the right environment too. So I've been experimenting with this and trying to make it work, but you said this to me. So for example, the gym we go to.
Yeah.
Probably not the best environment to find a godly Christian one. Obviously, she could be going there, but specifically the gym we go to, or I go to.
Specifically the gym we go to, which we're not going to name right now.
We're not going to name it yet. But obviously she could be there, hypothetically, but probably not the most ideal place to meet her.
It's true.
So, I mean, and you can tell.
Yeah, I agree.
So you got to put yourself in the right environment. 1. 2, you have to have right intentions. 3, you need to be the type of godly man that a godly woman wants. Because you could be, hypothetically, to the worldly standards, oh yeah, you're like high value, alpha male, top G type, but you're not Christian, or you don't act Christian at least. You don't come across that way. So she might see you and be like, oh, I like all this, but he seems like, if she thinks that you don't really seem a Christian, then you're probably you're doing something wrong. You're probably acting a certain way where your perception is, yeah, he's attractive and he looks interesting, but I don't think he's a Christian. So, which, maybe that's her fault, but it is what it is. Like, you can't be mad about it. Perception that's just how the world works.
Yeah. People will judge you regardless.
You're going to get judged regardless, good or bad.
Yeah. What's the first one? Good environment. What's a good environment to be in? To find your potential partner or lifelong friend, or just what I where is that good environment? For those single men out there, because I don't know what it's like to be single personally.
Right.
But still,
3 baby mothers, 3 real bad men, 23 baby. Well, growth group's 1. Bible study. But preferably co-ed Bible study, obviously. Yeah. I mean, obviously, like, if it was only men's Bible study, that's haram. We'll get into that other topic. Yeah, obviously, it's going to be women.
Yeah.
If you guys already didn't know that.
Bible study,
growth group.
group.
Any, like, depending on your age, youth group or young adults type events.
Mm-hmm.
Those are always good. Retreats, so like
Yeah.
going to like summer type camps, like they have it for college people too, where they have like a separate area. At least where I'm from, they had that where they had 7th through 12th grade, and then they had the college area.
Yeah.
That's a great area because it's people that want those things. Any type of big events where a lot of Christians from bigger areas come to this one location, you have a higher chance of meeting them because it's just more people,
Yeah.
higher chance. And also, they're usually there for pretty good reasons,
Yeah.
or at least somewhat good reasons. They have good intentions because maybe, let's say, they're more of like, what would you call it, like a casual Christian, like more like they believe God, but they're not that serious. That's a better environment than just going to, dudes are like, oh, let's go to Target. I've even said this.
Let's go to
Let's go to Target because the ratios are 9-1.
No way. Have you ever gone to Target for that?
I have done that.
Dang.
I have done that because I was curious. It's true.
Did you go by yourself?
I've gone by myself and not by myself.
Dang.
It's true. The ratios are true.
So what? So when you show the Target, what are you doing?
I low key just go to the tech area and go to the Legos area.
That's
and
not
I
where
just
they're gonna
scan the building. I just walk around and like scan the whole building. I make a big loop.
You're there looking for your wife, and you look in the tech and Legos area. Perfect. She's
Scan the
definitely
area.
gonna be walking these aisles specifically.
Hey, imagine if she's in the Lego area and she likes Legos. There you go.
Yeah, that's right.
I would just No, I'm not talking about a specific. Definitely not me.
Nobody's. No,
Yeah.
obviously not.
Yeah, so,
Obviously
some random scenario.
random curious scenario. Yeah. So youth group, young adults, Christian circles, Christian concerts.
Depends if it's actually a Christian concert. Yeah.
Okay. I've only gone to one, to be honest, and I don't think I'm going back.
It depends. I mean, yeah, but that's more of a loud, usually environment, and there's just a lot of people, so it's hard to like. There's too many people where it's hard to have like hangouts and conversations because
Yeah.
it's more of like a social like going with friends you already know event, and then you.
What about a
maybe meet-
Christian music festival?
Yeah, that's like the same idea.
Okay.
Same idea as the concert. I feel like that's in the same realm.
Gotcha.
It works, for sure. There's gonna be a lot of people too.
Your second point, beside the knowing your environment, was knowing your values or what you're looking for, I believe. What should our brothers, or as we call them here, our brethrens, look for in a potential partner?
That's a good question. Maybe I should make sure I don't add in my preferences.
Yeah.
Because some stuff is more like traditional. It's not technically biblical.
Yeah.
Like cooking. That's not technically. I don't think that's technically biblical.
Like cooking.
But she should definitely want to be a mother. 100%.
Okay.
She should definitely. If she likes the idea of being around or wanting children, that's a massive green flag.
Okay.
I think that's for a traditional man and also for a biblical man too. If she doesn't want to have kids, no offense, brother, but like, it's not it. If she's like, yeah, I don't want kids, I'm like, well, I think that's okay, but usually like really feminine women who are also Christian love children.
Okay.
I mean, I don't know if you've heard of the Awanas program.
No.
It's a youth and little kids program that's like games and reading the Bible. It's a whole program, and you have youth leaders and leaders.
Okay.
A lot of the student leaders, or like a lot of the girls that are of that like age, from like high school to college, love being with children. Especially like it's natural too for them to want to be around children. So usually that's a green flag indicator if they like that type of stuff.
Yeah.
Also, I think being modest but attractive, if that makes sense.
That's a big one.
That's a big one.
What is modesty?
So there's
This
a
one's
very
gonna get a
easy
lot of
way to
people
walk
mad.
it.
Let me just make sure put the air horn.
There's a
Go ahead.
very easy way to walk it, which is very strict, and then there's let's actually think about this and logically and figure out where it's okay to. So obviously it's like, okay, well, you could just wear super loose fitting clothes all the time that cover everything, borderline
And that would be
Muslim look.
that would be
But that's borderline Muslim look.
borderline Muslim look.
But
extremely modest.
I mean, it is what it is. It's extremely modest. If you're wearing, it also depends on intention and your heart, because God knows. So if you're wearing clothes purposely then they're very tight or revealing. Okay, like what are you doing that for?
No.
Come on, let's be honest. We all know what you're doing that for. It is what it is. Now there's a difference, because some people are really strict and like, oh well, you know, if some girls are like athletes or built in shape, and if they wear, for example, leggings, some people are like, oh, that's immodest. Well, if she wasn't in shape or she wasn't an athlete, it wouldn't look as immodest because she wouldn't look that way. But since she has built her body and she's in shape, it looks more modest. But the clothes are fully covering. But you know what I mean? So it gets very interesting when you get into that.